You may not realize this if you haven't played the game before, and if you haven't watched my videos before, you wouldn't know the struggle between man and spider. And, I can hear one. And that's not cool, considering how much grief they give us in the game. And you can hear that weird sound in the background. These things are called a stinger, and I guess they kind of remind me of a stinger. I'm gonna go up here real quick. No, 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 no! Okay, cool. I didn't think I'd slip off like that. Cool. I'm glad the water was deep enough right there. Go figure. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna rush into this. Welcome, I'm GamerMade0, and today we're going to start a new series of Satisfactory. So, if you saw my finale, I have an idea of how I want to get this going. So, we've already done the desert. I started off in the grassy fields. The one thing I haven't really done is the northern forest. So, we are going to put in here GMZ, and I'm going to call it jungle. And let's go. And I'm going to let the intro play out here. I always find the intros fun, but once we get past our intro part, once we get into actually finding our base location and setup, I'll kind of give you a rundown on what we want to do in this series, and in case you weren't there for my series finale for the last one, why we're even doing a new series. Basically, just to simplify it, there's been too many updates since I started that game, and have completely changed the way how I want to do games, at least Satisfactory games, going forward. So going into this, while it's still loading here, I want to create several separate bases that do base things. So for example, we find iron resources to create ingots and have those produce out of that location. Here we go.
Attention Pioneer. The following instructional video is a summary of your impending duties as an exoplanetary pioneer for Fixit Incorporated. Fixit Pioneers have 3 cyclical assigned pillars of work to ultimately accomplish project assembly. Use provided blueprints to build the necessary buildings. Chart the planet and gather resources to provide desired results and improve your infrastructure. Make sure to report any unusual discoveries to R&D for analysis. Expand your factories, outposts, and pipelines through automation and augmentation. That's it. Get to work and be effective. Warning, planetfall imminent. Please remain seated during full procedure. Atmospheric entry in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Planetfall procedure initialized. Planetfall complete. Please ensure the integrity of your multi-purpose exploration suit is at 100%. Remember, efficiency first. Godspeed.
All right. Looks like we got some water right here, too.
Welcome to Planet Massage 2 ABB, your designated sector in the binary star system of Akicha. I am Ada, also known as Artificial Directory and Assistant, tasked to support pioneers, such as you, in their mission. You are the third of your sector to survive planetfall. Congratulations.
Only a third survived? Ooh.
Note: objective-based introduction initialized. Welcome to onboarding.
Alright, what do we do, Ada?
First objective: please dismantle the drop pod. The resulting materials will be repurposed to construct a habitat and utility base, from now on referred to as the hub.
Alright, I don't exactly know what to do.
Fix-It Incorporated is cost-effective and efficient. We do not waste.
Okay. Oh, we press F. Ah, there we go. Alright, we've dismantled it. What now?
Second objective: please ensure you have your Fix-It Incorporated Xenozapper equipped before leaving the drop zone.
Alright, where's that at?
Note: according to Fix-It regulations, every pioneer should have access to a means of defense against extraterrestrial threats.
There we go. Alright, we could shock
Third
things.
objective: please
Not
familiarize
me,
yourself with the
stupid.
resource scanner to find iron.
Guess I had to find out.
The acquisition of iron is considered essential in preparation for all future objectives.
Alright, let's hold down C. And where are we going? Looks like that way has the closest resources. Now I have one small problem here. You may not realize this if you haven't played the game before, and if you haven't watched my videos before, you wouldn't know the struggle between man and spider. And I can hear one. And that's not cool considering how much grief they give us in the game. So we're going to see if we can find it, because letting it
This
just
consumable
continue...
possesses minor healing properties. Further analysis required to establish object scanner identification.
You can hear that weird sound in the background. These things are called a stinger, and I guess they kind of remind me of a stinger. I'm gonna go up here real quick. No, 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 no! Okay, cool. I didn't think I'd slip off like that. Cool. I'm glad the water was deep enough right there. Go figure. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna rush into this. Crude oil? We can pick up crude oil? I feel like I hear them all over the place here, but I can't find them. Is there like an underground tunnel or something? Alright.
This
is
consumable
ridiculous.
possesses minor healing properties. Further analysis required to establish object scanner identification.
That way. Okay. Alright, so I haven't really talked too much about it yet because I've been trying to find them. Got it. But,
Studying the remains of this creature might
come on,
shed
Ada.
light on how to defend yourself in the future. I recommend analysis.
I was trying to talk here. Anyways. But, every time I hear that sound, I always think I'm crazy to start off with, and then I end up running across spiders. And it's always that sound that is kind of like the precursor, so... Paranoid a little bit? Definitely. Not even going to try and deny that. Alright. Here we go. Boom! Got it! Alright, this might just be a Xenozapper, but I'm still able to do some decent enough damage with it. I found some copper here, that is awesome. Now this is a pure vein here. Each node will generally have this I don't know what to call it, thing on top of it that kind of covers the node. And that is pretty much always pure. I don't think I've ever seen anything not pure that was on a node like this before. I can't remember for sure or not. Then the node underneath of it is not necessarily always pure. And so this right here is pure. Now what that means for us is that while we're hand mining it here, every like 3 hits and then we collect resources, we'll actually collect 3 copper resources. If it is normal, yeah, that's normal, it'll be 2 copper resources that we'll collect. And if it is impure, we'll only collect 1, and that will have a very similar effect on anything from the portable miners to the full miners in the end. Or not in the end, but that you'll get a little bit later on. So I want to collect a good amount of this resource because I don't want to have to come back and forth for it a lot. And we won't necessarily need a ton of it to start off with anyway, so we'll just have on us what we need, and that'll make things pretty easy. And that'll do good. Alright, so as we're coming through...
Initial scans reveal coloring properties in the flower petals. Further analysis required.
Alright, Ada, thank you. And as we come through this here, it's going to be a very good idea to start just picking up all the leaves around you, because we're going to need those very quickly. I don't like to waste trips if possible, so if it takes me a little bit longer to get from point A to point B, it's better than having to run back and forth all day from point A to point B, getting what you need. So, collect it as you go is kind of my motto. Which, unfortunately, leads me to run off in the middle of going somewhere to go get a shiny. So, or at least that's my justification. I think the one thing is right now is that I'm very glad to not hear that spider thing anymore. I'm going to conclude that in this case it was probably in an underground tunnel area. And so even though it piqued my paranoia, I don't think it's going to come after us at this point. Which is not going to help my paranoia. But hey, it's just a game, right? That's what I tell myself anyways. Alright, let's go on to the next. Where's the iron nodes? Up here we have a pure node. Awesome. And we'll get rid of this part here first. When you're... Oh, Ada's going to talk again.
Build the hub. Note: to complete this objective, the resources salvaged from the drop pod will be consumed. Caution: ensure the hub is built on spacious open terrain close to the presence of iron sources. Failure to do so will likely result in non-optimal progress.
Alright, thank you, Ada. So, the removal of that node that's in the, or the piece that's in the middle that you have to get rid of, that piece is going to get in the way when you get the automatic miners. Up until that point, they don't really... they're actually kind of the main piece you want to get after first anyways. So, generally I always go after those, because usually the resource patch underneath of it isn't pure, and so those are pretty much always pure. So I'd always go after those first. Alright. And we're definitely going to need a lot of iron to start off with. I could just come back and forth quite a bit, but we're going to get up close to that 200 mark again here. And then we're going to build the hub. Going at this a little bit backwards, I ran across copper. I'm not going to run back to it. I was just going to get it right then and there. And there we go. So the hub. Something like over there. Okay. I'm talking about the copper. So we'll do that. I don't think I'm going to be able to get up here. Not from that side. From this side I will.
Congratulations.
Ooh,
You have unlocked Hub Feature, Manual Craft Bench. Hub Feature, Hub Terminal. 5th Objective, Hub Upgrade, Storage and Power. Note: the craft bench and hub terminal are essential for progression to the next objective.
Awesome. Alright, so I've already selected the hub upgrade, if you notice on the top there. And before we do... he hit me. I'm gonna hit him back. Oh, he stopped on my hub. That's awesome. I hate it when they go in circles around you. Alright, now we only need 10 of these iron rods. As I was saying, the interface on the top right, you'll see Hub Upgrade 1 tells us we need 10. I'm just going to build 10, and let's go. Selecting the next upgrade now, and select Milestone. Puts it in the top right.
Congratulations! You have unlocked Hub Feature Biomass Generator, Hub Feature Personal Storage, Scanner Feature Copper. New equipment, buildings and blueprints, which can be found in the workshop when built, build menu, and craft bench respectively. Sixth objective, Hub Upgrade Construction. Note: connect buildings to a generator for power. Note: buildings such as the smelter require a blueprint to be set. Advice: automate the smelting process and use portable miners for optimal results.
Sounds good to me. Alright, we'll definitely want to set up those smelters, so I am going over a little bit on this right here because I'm kind of running out of room for resources. So we have at 19, 18, 17, you can see it kind of decreasing up there. I'm just going to get rid of that. And there, okay. Nice.
Congratulations! You have unlocked Scanner Stone. New buildings and blueprints, which can be found in the build menu and craft bench respectively. Seventh objective, Hub Upgrade Conveyor Belts. Note: use power poles to expand the power network for optimal results. Note: constructors are capable of constructing copious parts, of which only one type at a time.
Alright, thank you very much, Ada. So this early game, each hub upgrade seems to go pretty quickly, but then it'll start kind of capping out. So that's what we want to start automating, because each upgrade's going to get more and more ridiculously long. Let's take a quick look. We have a bioreactor back here. So that's what we're going to need the leaves for and everything. We have an unfinished room here. A little spot over here for something. Not sure what yet. Obviously that's a joke, but we'll get to that later. Alright, now we're going to need 10 cable. We're going to need something new, concrete. Well, we haven't built cable yet, but that's going to just be off of the wire here. So it goes copper, wire, cable. And as of yet, I haven't really seen anything else you need to worry about, so a lot of times you can just go straight from copper to wire. Wire, sometimes you need specific wire, but then that just goes right into cable, so it's not too big of a deal. Iron plates, on the other hand, they go into plates and rods, and so you kind of need to be careful about what path you use, especially when you have a little bit more of a limited resource at the beginning. So we're going to build this and try and get the 75 plates that we have now. But then you'll notice we need 10 what looks like bags of something, that's concrete. And those we're going to have to find a new resource node for. Alright, let's see, we have currently 30. Okay, that should give us our 75, I think. I could have done my math wrong, we might need 5 more. Yeah, we'll need 5 more. If you notice, the ingots need 2, and we have 12 ingots is what this means here. So we can craft 5 of them. And then I don't think we need any rods. However, we are going to need this right here, which is reinforced iron plates, and we'll need to craft rods to craft screws. This is where things start going up quite a bit. Alright, I'm just going to load the plates. And that now, do we have access to find limestone? Oh, it's right there. Okay. Ooh, bacon. Bacon agric. It's all over the place here. Oh, it's in the tree, and I can't get it. Alright, we got a same setup here. We've got a, inside the node, this little piece here, or chunk of limestone. And after mining it so much, it will go away. Now it's going to take 3 limestone to produce 1 concrete. So whatever I mine here, I'm going to want to make sure it's in a multiple of 3. That is not a multiple of 3. Okay, 9. Okay, there we go. That should be a multiple of 3. And that's just a normal node, so we're not going to get full out of that. We didn't have to do a multiple of 3, I just wanted to. That way I don't have any limestone left over like that. Makes it nicer. Alright, we have more than enough concrete. Let's go ahead and get that in there. Now we need 2 reinforced iron plates, and we are definitely going to need to mine more iron ore. Alright, I think I'm gonna get maybe 100 here, and we'll just go with that to start off with. And then we're going to take a look at what kind of resources it costs to craft one of these, and see if we can't line them up to get 2. Almost there. And I do like this because if you notice down below where it shows the 78, now 81 iron ore, and then just to the right of that it shows the same number right now. Well, that's going to be, the left side is going to be how much you're getting. So if I stopped here and we have 99 on the right side, there we go. When we go again, now it's going to show how much we're plussing, but then our total inventory number is on the far right side. So this game really works on trying to give you the numbers you're looking for, whether it's this is how much more you needed or how much total you have in your inventory. And I really like how that plays out. It's really beneficial. So, anyways, I said about 100. That'll do. Alright, we need 24 screws. Takes 1 rod for 6 screws. So we'll just produce these. It says 24, so we'll do 48. There we go. 48. So that should be all that we need for 2 reinforced iron plates. And then we just need 4 plates. Actually, that wasn't really that hard. 3, 4. There we go. Oops, I don't know why I'm getting out of that. Oh, not 4 plates. 8 plates. Duh. I didn't double it. Okay, there we go. Alright, now we got 2 reinforced iron plates that we can craft. Let's upgrade the base. Alright, Ada, what have we got next? Player upgraded. Cool.
Congratulations. You have unlocked new buildings and blueprints, which can be found in the build menu and craft bench respectively.
Oop, somebody's playing solitaire.
Hub upgrade, additional power. Advice. When planning the construction of buildings, note the placement of conveyor belts. Caution. Overloading the power network guarantees suboptimal performance.
Biomass burner, that does power. Early game power. Alright. Now we're going to want to start automating things, and this is where things can take several different turning routes on how you progress about things. So for example, you can continue trying to do things like by hand, and you are going to need to initially do a bunch of things by hand. And you can continue doing your upgrades by hand, which won't necessarily take too long, especially when compared to the fact that even though automation can be quicker and streamline the process, also you don't have to sit around and do it, you're going to have to build resources anyways just to get that going. So no matter how you look at it, you're going to be handcrafting quite a bit early game. It's usually mid game where you don't have to handcraft as much. At that point, you're starting to only really handcraft specific items. Otherwise, you'll be crafting a lot of individual items early game. Alright, so we're going to get a few plates going here. Let's do 40 iron plates, 24. Can we do 240? Just to multiply this by 10? That'd be nice. I went over. Oh well. Seven, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Alright, so we have 10 of those reinforced iron plates. 4, 48. Let's go get just a little bit more resources. Let me show you what I'm looking at here. So smelters, we don't have to worry about really the reinforced iron plates, but the constructors require 3 reinforced iron plates. So what I'm looking for is to get up to 4 constructors. Soul mine, I don't know, maybe around 50 something. Just enough to get a few more resources here. 39, 42. Let's just do that. Yeah, okay. Iron ingots, we'll craft that real quick. Or at least as quick as we can. Alright, and I believe we should need 7 more iron plates for a total of 8. I didn't craft those yet. There we go. Okay, now some of the things needed rods. It's this right here. Smelters need rods. So that'll give us 4 smelters, and then we have copper wire. We'll probably craft some more wire here, and then we're going to need some cable. Cable is what actually what you need in order to transmit power from one location to another. It sounds obvious, but that's the specific resource in this game that you use for that. And that should do. Okay. So now what we got to do is figure out how we want to do this. We have foundations, and that's what's really going to help us out in this game. Just going to try and make it just there. Okay, can I jump up on that? Yep. Okay, now can I walk on that? Yes, I can. Awesome. Okay. Got that just perfect where I needed it. Okay, I am definitely going to get some more. Now, you can do everything on the grass if you want, and that works. But doing it on here allows things to snap to a grid and helps you organize things a lot better. Plus, it keeps everything a lot more level. So therefore, ultimately, you're going to be able to squeeze a lot more into a tighter space on that grid. Or just, if you like the look of everything being perfectly straight. Which, I like both of those things. So, alright, so for limestone, we'll probably get something close to 100 again here. This is on normal, so every time we, every 3 of our strikes, when we actually collect our resources, we are only getting 2. And then we're looking for multiples of 3 again, of course. So let's see, 102 should give us a multiple of 3. We'll do that. Oops, I lifted my screen a little too far there. Almost there. It takes so long sometimes. Good tip here is that you can actually hold the space bar while you're doing this instead of E. Oops. 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. Okay, that's multiple. And especially with crafting, you can. Okay, I don't think actually that you can do spacebar. I think that one you have to do E. But this one you can hold down the spacebar. And that's pretty helpful. Alright, concrete. Let's go. There we go. I don't know what I did. It froze. Maybe it's saving. That was weird. It takes 6 concrete for this. We can only do 1 more. Okay. I'm not building any more of this right now. Alright. Now I'm going to want to be able to bring in resources into here and then feed them out another direction. The conveyor pull, conveyor belt. Start off with, though, we're not going to be able to do too much of that. But going from this side seems like a good idea. Now constructors are going to be about the width of a tile here. So building the smelters about like that will feed it straight into a constructor. There we go. Alright. Now pressing 3 here, we're going to need iron plates in order to do this. So probably one of the things we really need to think about is actually creating those miners. Let's get an equipment workshop going. I'll generally build that really close. Something like that. There we go. That'll work. Alright, portable miner. All we really need are iron plates. So let's go ahead and mine a little bit more here. And then we're going to start setting up the miners everywhere that we go. Okay, that'll work for now. Just about done, and now for some plates. Okay, let's build some miners. I can build 4 of them, so we will go ahead and craft all 4 of those. Now it's going to start off automating at least one part of this, so we'll just drag this down here and, oops. I'm just going to click normally. This thing's kind of cute to set up. Looks like it has a little eyeball. Settles itself and starts drilling. Alright, now this actually does not need any power, and that's one really nice thing about this game. You don't have to drop any leaves in here or anything like that. I kind of almost expected them to do something like that to make it just a touch more realistic, but I think doing that might have made this a little bit more difficult and kind of gotten rid of the reason for using these. So I'm happy with it the way it is. Don't change it. Now we're going to want to set one over here. So we'll drop another one into our hands. Ultimately, I'd like to get 3 of those going there. And I don't feel like we're going to need a ton of copper to start off with. So we're just going to place probably 1 there. And I did see some bacon over here. There. Alright. Let's go ahead and go back to the first miner and take a look. It is done mining. And we have 100. Nice. Alright, so what can we do now? Let's go ahead and actually set this up for iron ingots. Am I able to do... I don't have enough iron plates yet. I'll just do that much for now, just to get this going. Okay, and then we'll hook that one up as well. This is going to produce plates, and then this one here will produce rods. And now if we put a 1 here, or press 1, we're going to pull up our power pole here. And then we're going to connect a line. Now the reason why I'm not just clicking this line here and then dragging it over is because that's only 1 connection and we can't split off of anything. So we're going to need to bring it to here. We're going to end up having another generator here, and then ultimately we'll probably end up creating more generators because this one is only going to be able to do a little bit of power, and so the more things we have hooked up, this power won't go very far. Now on top of that, we're going to need these to get power from something as well, and we're going to run out of poles quick if we're not careful about it. So we'll probably build one after every set of 2. Oh, it's out of concrete, that's why it's not giving us that option. Well, we'll get one going for the moment. So this is going to come over to the pole, and then the pole is going to power these 2. Okay, we've got a recipe set, we've got everything ready to go. Now we just need to drop it in, but there's still no power. So let's actually go back here. I put everything into here. We'll grab 500 of leaves and then just dump them in. Here we go. We're creating 20 megawatts of power with this thing, and it's going pretty quickly. But now we have iron going by, and it's being crafted into plates. This is using 4 megawatts. This is using 4 megawatts. That's 8 megawatts. The thing about this game is that power is going to be continuous. It doesn't shut off. It doesn't build up and store power or anything like that. So if we're going to use it, we might as well use it. Just using 4 is kind of wasting what we have. Sorry, using 2 at 4 megawatts is kind of wasting what we have. So let's get the other ones going quickly here. I just needed more concrete for the... And it's not going to be a perfect multiple of 3 this time. Oh well. There we go. And then we're going to bring the power straight from this one to this one, and this one's going to split off to 2. So if you notice this one, if we chain these up, one's going to connect to this one, it's going to connect to this one, so this one's going to have 2 wires just dedicated to moving power from one pole to the next, for receiving the power and for sending the power. And then it's going to have 2 wires, one to go to one machine on one side and one to go to one machine on the other side. So we need a power pole for every 2 machines that we have. Alright, now This doesn't have anything in it, so let's go get some more resources. Now, we have one more miner, let's use it. And it's the iron that we need the most. So we're going to set that sucker up here, right next to it, so that way every time we come over, we can just grab 2 sets of 100 iron. We'll come over here, drop one 100 off there, and drop the second 100 off over here. Simple enough and works for me. So while those are working, I'm going to go ahead and craft some of the copper ingots, which we don't really need anything for yet because we're not using these fast enough to have to worry about it that much yet. Alright, this is the part where you can just hold spacebar. There we go, I'm holding spacebar now. And actually, one kind of funny thing that I had noticed somebody else doing on YouTube was basically just setting their phone on the spacebar. It was just heavy enough to stay where it was and hold down the spacebar at the same time. And it's something pretty much everybody has, so you can do that, walk away while you're crafting, and come back later with everything crafted. That'll help you pass the time. Alright, let's set the next upgrade here. Selecting milestone upgrade 4. So we need 100 plates, 75 bars, 20 concrete, 20 wire. So what we can do is actually get a lot of the wire going right now. We'll craft, I think, all 300 wire depending on how long it takes. Here we only need 5 more cable. So that's not going to take us too long. Here. And it takes... these ones craft pretty quickly, essentially. So that's what's pretty nice about this. There we go. And then I always like to craft more cable, just because we'll end up needing it. Always need more cable. We have the concrete. We have some rods and plates, but not really anything to boast about. Let's go get some more raw resources. Alright, we have 100, 200. Let's go ahead and jump back over here. Offload 100. And not quite 100. Alright, what have we got? 38 so far. 30. And that's all while we're crafting other things, so that's actually going pretty efficiently. And if we feel like we need to help this out a little bit, we absolutely can. And that's the other thing that will help speed this up, because now that we have those machines going, this doesn't take too much longer to just kind of help it out a little bit. It's the iron plates that I think we're going to need the most help with. I'm not sure here. Just because we have 25 more, but we did kind of start those sooner. We'll go ahead and start off with the iron plates here. There we go. Drop those in, and we'll come back. What have we got for resources? We'll just grab all of it. Whatever it is. Offload whatever we have in here. And in here. Come pick up what we have, and we'll just kind of make a, what's it called? Course out of it, I guess. And then this time, I think we'll create some rods. The rods is behind quite a bit, and it shouldn't really take us too much longer to get to hub upgrade 4. Once we get to hub upgrade 4, we're going to go ahead and end the episode there. Now, these series I'm going to be trying to focus on the main essential parts, so these early episodes I might not do too much cutting and editing, but as we go on and I'm doing more monotonous work, or just sitting here holding down the space bar or waiting for everything to craft kind of work, I'm gonna start cutting that stuff out just to make sure that it's not getting really boring. And if these videos are 10 minutes because of that, then that's fine. But I think that'd be a lot easier to watch, and that's one thing that I want to really do is start working on some quality videos to see what I can get out. Alright, so we have 70 rods now, and that'll put the 75 in there, and we just need plates. We might be able to craft the rest of the plates. Not quite. Oh yeah, no, that was it. Alright, upgrade. There we go. We have a lot more stuff now.
Congratulations. You have unlocked Hub Feature, Additional Biomass Generator. New buildings, which can be found in the Build menu.
There we are.
9th objective, Hub Upgrade, Molecular Analysis. Note: to ensure full mastery of skills and equipment, I have been asked to not interfere with this last objective. Good luck.
Alright, so this last one here, I haven't really focused too much on these because really each one, I don't think it's all that massive, everything that you get each time. The first one is definitely massive on what it gives you, because you need the portable miners. And then after that, it's just kind of what you need to get going to the next spot anyways. So you don't really need to focus on that much. But now we actually have access to that miner MK1, and we have a storage container, and we can select this and then build the space elevator next. That all for the next episode. We have these miners here just stopped. We'll collect those. These portable miners can help out, and once we even get those automatic miners going, you still might want to leave some portable miners on those spots just so you can keep coming back. But you're going to start easing away from this handcrafting here, because this can be really monotonous, and we'll do more on that next time. But until then, we have enough resources to almost get us going where we need to already. It's already got us streamlined on the way, so 47 and 70 of this, and it's already most of the way there. So thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, leave some feedback below, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.